Politicians heading to the New South Wales Central West for the two-day National Bush Summit have been told by a former MP that they should travel to the event by road and at their own expense to understand the challenges rural and regional communities are facing. Former Member of Parliament Nicolle Flint joins us this afternoon. Nicolle, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Look, you've told pollies to ditch the planes, whether they're going from Canberra or Sydney or Brisbane, and travel by road to Dubbo. Tell us why.
I sure have, and also they shouldn't be getting on their taxpayer-funded flights, or if you're the Prime Minister, your own private jet. There is nothing that gives you a better indication of how dire and disastrous the state of our country roads is than getting behind the wheel yourself and making the trip. So our family farm is 300 kilometres southeast of Adelaide here in South Australia, and I have never seen our roads so bad. They're full of potholes. You've got shoulders that are crumbling that are also full of potholes. Road surfaces are completely degraded. And I know, because I've been doing a lot of social media on this over the past year, that this is a problem across all of rural and regional Australia. It is completely dangerous, but unless you are behind the wheel having to take care of your safety and your passengers' safety and other road users' safety, you have no idea how bad it is. So that's why I'm saying to the Prime Minister, Premiers, and especially any ministers attending the Bush Summit, drive yourself, because if you're sitting in the back of a Comcar or next to your Comcar driver, you are not in control of the vehicle and you do not know exactly how bad and dangerous the road conditions are.
Yeah, the Great Western Highway over the Blue Mountains out of Sydney isn't even open at the moment because of the state of the road. But it's not just about roads, is it? Because often when city people go into the bush, they realise just how bad the mobile network can be.
Well, precisely. And we've got so many wonderful grey nomads travelling the length and the breadth of Australia. We've got tourists. We've got, obviously, country people living and working here in rural and regional Australia. We've got truck drivers. If something happens to your vehicle, which happens so often at the moment, people are blowing out tyres, bending axles, having pretty serious accidents when they hit potholes, you may well be stranded 100, 200 kilometres from the nearest town with zero mobile reception to be able to call for help, let alone if you're actually injured, which is when it gets really dangerous, and you are then reliant on somebody driving past and the goodwill of strangers to help you out. This is unacceptable. I think that having mobile phone reception across Australia is actually a human right in this day and age, and we've had successive Liberal, Nationals, Labor governments who have not done enough about this, and not enough money has been invested in fixing these black spots. It's also on the telcos. They should be all working together with state and federal governments to fix this for the safety of every single Australian travelling in the bush.
Nicolle, you're in Parliament for years. How often do you think MPs and senators leave that Canberra bubble? Do they travel around southern New South Wales? Did you ever drive from South Australia to Canberra?
I didn't, but I lived in Canberra for quite a few years before I was elected, and so I used to do the drive between the farm and Canberra quite often, and the roads were actually okay at the time. I'm talking sort of 10, 15 years ago, but they've crumbled since. We do have, of course, our rural and regional members who do drive around their electorates. They have to. That's their job. I was an MP in a suburban Adelaide electorate. But so the people on the ground know how bad it is. My question to them is, why haven't they fixed this? Because it's your one and only job to represent your electorate and advocate for them for solutions. Now, but this is bigger than that. This is a disaster across rural and regional Australia. I'm calling on everyone from every single party to stop passing the buck, to stop ignoring road maintenance, to stop using the fuel excise tax for general revenue and actually put that money back into rural and regional Australia so that our roads can finally be maintained to the standard that they should be for the safety of all Australians.
OK, we'll see if anyone takes up the challenge. Nicolle Flint, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Moving on.